There was a lot of drama at the Big Easy Open final round. You might see this meme floating around of Ricky Wysocki carrying some sticks. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you the drama, how it led up to that situation, what the PDGA rules say, what the players say, and much more. So with all that being said, let's dive in. So a couple of things to note before we dive in. First off, there will probably be spoilers because this leads into a greater context debate. Second off, DGBT does a surprisingly good job at making sure nobody takes their footage from the live and shares it. So you can see I click on the screen and you actually cannot see anything. I will play part of it so you can hear it, but I've taken some pictures so you can kind of understand the situation. Essentially, as they're live, you have the commentators, Brian Earhart, and basically saying hey, you're really not supposed to take up sticks that are in front of your lie. And it appears to be what Ricky is doing. Obviously, we see this picture of him just holding the sticks. But if you actually go look, it appears like he goes and grabs the sticks that are pretty far in front of his lie. They later go and say maybe a case can be made that one of the sticks comes all the way back behind his lie. But I want to go ahead and play that segment again. You will be able to hear it, but not see it of the commentators.
I mean, I think that's just simply not allowed in the rules, Brian. No commentary from any of the players on the course, and Ricky gets...
Yeah, and the rule they're referring to, I have pulled up as well. It's 803.01 B, and it says a player is not allowed to move any obstacles on the course with the following exceptions. 1, a player may move casual obstacles that are on the playing surface farther from the target than the front edge of the lie. So the main case and the main problem here is you're not supposed to move things that are in front of your lie, even if they're dead. And it almost appears that Ricky has a misunderstanding of this. Again, I don't really want to be accusatory here, but I will go on to the next section of basically they come out and they talk about it, and he just sounds really nervous. He's got a couple people out there. Gannon's the one that's really like, hey, Rick, you did move the six that were in front of the lie. And here's kind of a cut from that conversation.
Second. I didn't move any debris. The second shot.
On your second shot, you moved some debris and extended. It was in front of your lie.
Well, I didn't on that second shot. The first shot was in the right, and then the second shot was in that cluster of trees.
I think it was your second shot. After your first shot.
Yeah, after your first shot. Yeah.
After my... What do you mean? Yeah, I was behind my lie.
So it was behind, because I could not tell. It looked like it was...
Yeah. No, it was definitely behind my lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure, so I'm going to let the group make a call. I know we had a question about it, and I didn't want to disturb the rest of the play on the hole, so if you guys want to,
Yeah, I mean,
it was behind my disc, dude.
I just saw it didn't look like it was one, stick. It looked like it was multiple, so,
Yeah, they were all dead.
Yeah, but, if one is...
But if they're just sticks...
I'm just saying, it doesn't matter if they're on top of each other, because one might have been, you know what I mean? Just because it's on top of each other doesn't make it one stick, if that makes sense.
So you can move the one stick that's behind your lie, but if there are other sticks that are on top of it that are in front of your lie, you're not allowed to move those.
That's right. That's correct interpretation of the rules.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to leave it to a group decision since I'm not definitive.
Yeah. There was... I moved
if you think it was behind your lie, I'll trust you on that.
Yeah.
It was just something I saw, and I wanted to kind of just...
across the fairway.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Y'all have to make an official call.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't see anything, unfortunately.
I trust Ricky. So.
Okay.
If you say it's behind, I'll trust you.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying. Thank you guys for weighing in.
And that is how we get here, which I'll go ahead and say now is a spoiler alert. It goes in a super close match, and Gannon wins the tournament. And, you could be argued well, Rick got razzed, and that basically that whole thing caused a debacle and changed the course of the tournament. And Gannon was trying to get, he was trying to get whatever. But, Gannon, he backed off the call, and he was kind of Well, look, Rick, if you say this, then that's what it is. And this is one of those things that like really could make a difference. It's hard to tell if you aren't there, but I mean, I've certainly played with people that like kind of like break everything in front of them, and it makes a huge difference on courses like this. And there has been some pros comment on it as well. You have Isaac Robinson here saying ball don't lie, and that's in reference with like at the end of the day, if even if the foul wasn't deserved and you still miss both free throws, then that's on the player. That's just kind of part of playing the sports at an upper level. I think at an amateur level, a lot of this stuff probably isn't very important, but I think at this level, there does need to be some type of standard and rules, and it is finicky because how many players throughout the course of the tournament did that weren't on lead cards? Sure. These guys were beating everybody by a lot. I don't know. I'm a Ricky and a Gannon fan. I have no bias going into this. It does look like on coverage that those sticks were in front of the lie and that he moved him, and I feel like Ricky should know better than that. Again, even the commentators are kind of like, what is he doing? But I'm a Ricky fan. I love Ricky. I don't typically like calling finicky calls, but it's hard to say if I wasn't there. I would love to know your opinion below. Drop it below. I try to get this coverage out to you in real time. Give me a subscribe, a like, all those YouTube things, and let me know what you think. I would love to know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys next video.